Alright, so the LayerZero airdrop is finally here, and a lot of people are asking, what is the procedure? How do you go about claiming this airdrop and checking whether or not you actually qualify? In this video, we're going to cover everything you need to know about this airdrop, and just to know that the checker is coming in within about 5 to 6 hours. So about midnight my time, I will not be sleeping. I want to check if I do qualify or not. But in this video, I want to talk about whether or not you'll be qualifying, how many airdrop you will be getting per the transactions that you did directly from LayerZero, and also the RFPs as well. So there are a lot of things to talk about in this video. Let's jump right into them. And also there are bonuses, and for those people who transacted after the snapshot, I actually did mention it here on our Discord. If we just come through that and we come to the airdrop section, you can see here on the 17th of last month, I did post before the second snapshot. I did tell people that the second snapshot is coming within about a month. So for those of you who are part of our Discord, you now got a multiplier. You can either get 2 times the allocation that you were gonna get, or you can get 50 more tokens, but we're gonna talk about that in a moment. While we're still talking about the snapshot, let's come here. If you click on the overview here on the LayerZero scanner, what you can see is that the transactions on chain went from being around 500,000, for example, at peak, and they went as low as 30 to 40 transactions per day. So that's what we saw, and we said to the group, look guys, I think there will be a second snapshot, and we did tell everybody within our group, and indeed there was a second snapshot. If you did 2 more, or rather 3 more transactions after the first snapshot, you'll now be getting about 50, or you'll be getting 2 times the amount of tokens, but we're gonna talk about that in a moment. So that's the reason why we actually called it out here, because we saw that it was declining. Remember, the snapshot was announced here on top, and we had about 334,000 transactions, and immediately after they announced the snapshot, you can see a huge drop to about 70,000, and it went down as 31,000 transactions per day. So that's the reason why we said, look, there will be a second snapshot, because they really wanted to reward early users. Speaking about snapshots, I am now using LayerZero on a daily basis, because you know, when we farming airdrops, we end up using dApps, or we end up using protocols that are essential for a daily use as a crypto investor, or as someone who's just active in the world of blockchain. So you can see that we're now, you know, sending and receiving funds on LayerZero. Even though the snapshot has now been taken, we're still using the network. At this stage, we're not looking for tokens, but we're using the technology because it's so good. So let's move on to the next step. By the way, I have this list here, which is a step-by-step guide of everything that we want to talk about. So firstly, there is this account here. There's a new account that you can now follow on Twitter, where you'll be able to see your airdrop allocation. You can see here it says the checker is exactly today, basically about midnight my time, I believe. Then on the 20th, this LayerZero airdrop is going to be tradable on exchanges such as Bybit. I'm going to leave a link to Bybit in the description of this video, so you can send your funds there, or your LayerZero tokens there, and actually go ahead and sell them if that's what you want. And while we're talking about that, we actually have the information right now about the chains that will be supported. People can claim either using the Ethereum mainnet. So you can see here, let's just go quickly to that. You can see you can use ERC20, or you can use Arbitrum. So I'm definitely going to be claiming on Arbitrum, because that's going to be so cheap, but this is going to also be available on the Ethereum network as well. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about there. So let's jump into the next point here that we want to talk about here, which is the allocation that you'll be getting. So it doesn't seem to be based on the transaction volume as we've been farming here. You can see this is my main wallet. Remember, I have 2 wallets. This one that I use, or rather this computer here that I use to make my research and make my YouTube videos, and behind me there's a laptop that is my main wallet, and this is that wallet, and it had about $300,000 of trading volume, about 315 transactions. So we're going to be talking about that as to how much tokens you'll be getting per the transactions that you have on chain. So we can actually go to this link here. I'm going to leave this document in the description of this video. For those of you who are already on our Discord, you can actually find this document if you come to our airdrop section here. Just click on that and scroll right down here, and you'll be able to find, this is the link where you can find all the information that we're covering in this video. So basically here we want to check how much tokens we'll be getting based on the gas that we actually used. So I've got this website here. Again, everything is on that document. So basically here, what you see on this website is that you've got your LayerZero transactions here, and you also have a multiplier, whether you're an early user or you're a durable user. A durable user are those people who actually perform transactions after the first snapshot. So for example here, if I took this wallet here and copied it, I can actually go to this website, which by the way is also here on our document. You can see that you can check whether or not you are a Sybil, because Sybils are going to be filtered out. So if you click on this website and actually paste your wallet address right here, then on a drop down menu you want to be looking for the updated Sybil check. So I'm going to click on that and click check, and you can see this wallet is identified as a Sybil, is being marked as a Sybil. So if your wallet says you are Sybil, then you may not get the airdrop. So that's one thing I wanted to mention. All right, so now let's come back here, and the other way that you can actually use this, I'm actually just gonna come here and take my main wallet. So I'm just gonna come here and scroll right down here, and there is this search button here. Just go ahead and paste your wallet address, and it will load just a moment, and you can see my wallet has about 325 transactions. I'm an early user, and I'm also a durable user, which means that I've used this protocol after the snapshot. And here you can see the fees that I spent. I spent about $500 on gas fees. I didn't really understand or pay attention to how many or how much fees I was spending on the blockchain until I used this website. So this is crazy, about $500 on gas fees. Now imagine if you have multiple wallets, how much money you'll be spending. That's why it's important that you can only just have one or two wallets, and you focus a lot on you doing on-chain transactions. You end up actually making more money than having multiple wallets, in my view. It also just depends on how much money you have. So you can see this is my wallet, everything is good. So I'm quite happy with this, and you can see here that obviously I have about $300,000 of trading volume. Now this is going to be essential if we come to, for example, if we come to Wensa here, and we can check this wallet. So you can come here on Wensa and click RP rewards and click check. And here you can see the amount of protocols that I used and how much is most likely to be allocated to me based on using these transactions. This doesn't have anything to do with the actual core airdrop from LayerZero. So this is going to be distributed to us by these protocols here. Obviously there are many of them, about 79 of them. I only use 6. So that's one thing that I wanted to show you there. So if you come back to the list here, now we can start talking about how many tokens are you getting. So tokens are allocated to you based on the fees that you actually spent. You recall that on this website you can check the fees that you spent. In my case here, I spent about $500 on trading fees. So based on that, I'm expecting that I can get about 2,500 tokens to 5,000 tokens. I don't think I'll push beyond that. So I think my allocation is going to be less than 5,000. But even that, we're going to talk about the price in a moment, because this is currently trading on the pre-markets. Let's just check it out. If we come here on Bybit's pre-market, you can actually look for LayerZero. So let's click on that. You can see currently trading about $3.50, which is crazy because it just dropped significantly. It was trading around about $7 or so. So I think this is more or less the price that we should be expecting. So I'm thinking anything around $5, for example. I think it's just gonna depend on the market conditions. So we can see around about $4 to $5 here. So this again is just on a pre-market. It doesn't really determine how much this token is going to be worth when the market opens or when the trading starts here. So the amount of tokens are based on the transactions that you have. So based on that, we can now come to this information, which means that if you're an early user like myself, you're gonna get 3 times multiplier, which is crazy. So I'm not exactly sure here. If let's say, for example, you are gonna get 2,000 tokens, does this mean you're gonna get 3,000 or rather 6,000 tokens? I'm not exactly sure. If you're a durable user, you get 2x multiplier. This is something that is not final because they were discussing it on Twitter. That's why I said here, or 50 tokens. So those are the 2 options there. And then obviously these are the dates for early users and durable users as well. And then basically now we want to talk about the tokens, criteria and stuff like that. So You can get basic, you can get about 50 to 100 tokens. So that's the first entry. Then the next category is going to be 100 to 2000 or 250 tokens, then 250 to 500. I think most people here from our group or from our community should be around this category here. So anything we get, again guys, this is free money, so we can always just use this money to trade on the futures market. That's why I make these videos here. So anyone who makes from 1,000 to 500 is going to be really lucky, because the criteria are going to be crazy, because also there's a lot of filtering as well. So let's just come back here, because this has more information. So basically I'm going to leave the link to this exact tweet in the description of this video as well, or I'm just going to paste it within our document. So let me just copy that and bring it within our document, so you can find this tweet right here. Everything is going to update automatically. So what we're looking for here is the first entry. So let's say you get 50 to 100 tokens. Basically, more or less, you should be falling within this group here. So if I click on that, it will show me on a LayerZero scanner as to how many transactions these specific wallets have. So you can see these people sent about 23 transactions. So those are the people getting from 50 to 100. So if we come back here, now let's say from 100 to 150, for example, and this is the category here. Now people who will be getting 500, again, you can just click on these links here and basically start to get a picture of how many tokens are going to be allocated to you. So you can see this one has about 123 transactions, and those are the people who are getting roughly 500 tokens. So again, these tokens are selling roughly at $5. So I think depending on the market conditions, obviously the market is really terrible right now. Even though we're getting that pump, that's a sign of relief, but the market is really terrible at the moment. But if the market were to recover in the next 48 hours, I think this token can easily be from $5 to $10. But I'll make a separate video when it's time to claim these tokens. I'm very happy because I've produced a lot of videos when it comes to LayerZero, and those videos date back to almost about 2 years ago. So everyone who's been following this channel and doing exactly everything that we suggested on this channel, then congratulations, you may be on your way to making thousands of dollars. My name is Designer. Make sure that you subscribe and check out all the links in the description of this video. If you want to be part of our Discord, just go to our website, which is VosiDesigner.com. Just make sure that you sign up using Bybit and send us your Bybit UID. Then we'll give you access to our Discord, which is absolutely free. You can get information such as airdrops and also how to trade on the futures market. Everything you ever need is here on our Discord group. So again, my name is VosiDesigner. I'll see you guys on the next video. Goodbye for now. Peace.